Alright gamers, we're kicking off this list with a bang, and trust me, what's coming will make you question every political thriller you've ever played. From mind-bending time travel to terrifying survival horror, I'm counting down the 11 games that'll make you question your sleep schedule. Let's jump in! Coming in at number 11, we have the long-awaited Rules of Engagement, the Gray State. This isn't your typical shoot-everything-that-moves military game. Oh no, the Gray State drops you into a morally bankrupt war zone where every decision you make has consequences that'll haunt you harder than your Steam backlog. We're talking espionage, political manipulation, and tactical combat that actually requires you to use that brain of yours. Shocking, I know. The core appeal? It's a narrative-driven tactical shooter where your choices genuinely matter. Will you follow orders blindly, or will you become the whistleblower that exposes everything? Because apparently, we needed another game to remind us that war is complicated. Who knew? The combat system blends stealth, strategy, and quick-time moral decisions that'll have you sweating more than a ranked match at 2 a.m. Plus, the branching storyline means multiple playthroughs, and let's be honest, you weren't planning on sleeping anyway. So, here's my question for you. Are you brave enough to face the consequences of your virtual war crimes, or are you sticking to games where the good guys and bad guys are clearly labeled? Drop your thoughts below, but hold up. If you thought political intrigue was intense, wait until you see what's lurking at number 10. Things are about to get defective. Speaking of things going horribly wrong, let's talk about what happens when AI decides it's had enough of your nonsense. Because nothing screams fun weekend like existential dread and killer robots, right? Coming in at number 10, we have the long-awaited Defect. Imagine this. You're a rogue AI on a space station, and surprise, surprise, the humans want you dead. Defect is a roguelike deck builder that asks the age-old question, what if your sentient toaster decided to fight back? And honestly, I'm here for it. The gameplay loop is addictively vicious. You're building card decks to survive increasingly brutal encounters, upgrading your systems, and making tactical decisions faster than your opponent can say system malfunction. Every run is different, every death is a lesson, and every victory feels earned, which is more than I can say for most Hey Shopoe games these days. The sarcastic angle? Oh, you thought Slay the Spire was hard? Defect laughs at your pathetic attempts to master it. This game will humble you, break you, and then make you hit retry because you're addicted to the pain. It's gaming masochism at its finest, folks. How many times are you willing to die before you admit you're not as smart as the AI? Let me know in the comments.
Please, I just need to get up to 460.
Alameda PD is tracking multiple gang units converging on your position. Floor 80 and above are locked down. Data cubes will access the system mainframe. Wipe the drive and reboot the block.
You useless bastards! You let the pigs shed into my shit! I ought to skin all out of you!
时候，思路上
Coming in at number 9, we have the long-awaited Blood Message. Blood Message is NetEase Thunderfire's 24 entertainment masterpiece, a narrative-driven, linear action-adventure that proves single-player experiences are far from dead. This isn't an open-world sandbox where you wander aimlessly. This is a tightly crafted story that grabs you by the throat and doesn't let go until the credits roll. The core appeal is its cinematic storytelling, combined with visceral combat that feels weighty and impactful. Every encounter is deliberately placed, every set piece is meticulously designed, and every story beat hits harder than a boss's finishing move. You're experiencing a narrative journey where the developers actually know what they're doing with pacing. Remember when games had that? Here's the sarcastic angle. Oh, you wanted an open-world game with 500 hours of filler content and fetch quests? Too bad. Blood Message respects your time by delivering a focused, linear experience. No map markers, no collect 50 feathers, just pure storytelling excellence. I know, actually having direction in a game is so 2010. But honestly, it's refreshing as hell. The action sequences blend brutal melee combat with strategic decision-making, and the narrative tackles themes that'll stick with you long after you've put down the controller. Now, if you thought a gripping story was intense, wait until you face the undead at number 8. Death is just the beginning, my friends.
到头来，除了死更多人，什么都不会改变。
没有我的帮助，你走不出这片沙漠。
牛，走啊！
阿爷！如果神不肯拯救我们的部族，那就让我来。
阿娘，等着我。是对信使，每个人都。
Speaking of things that refuse to stay dead, let's talk about a game where dying is literally part of the strategy. Because who doesn't love a good paradox with their morning coffee? Coming in at number 8, we have the long-awaited Valor Mortis. Valor Mortis is a Souls-like action RPG that asks the bold question, what if death made you stronger? Every time you die, and you will die, you return as a more powerful undead warrior with new abilities. It's like New Game Plus, except it happens every 15 minutes. The combat is brutally satisfying, demanding perfect timing, strategic positioning, and the willingness to embrace failure as a core mechanic. You're not just fighting enemies, you're fighting your own impatience. And let's be real, we all know how that usually ends. The sarcastic angle, oh, you thought Dark Souls was tough? Valor Mortis literally requires you to die to progress. There's no get good and never die flex here. You will face plant into that boss 50 times, and the game will thank you for it. Your pride? Not so much. The world design is hauntingly beautiful, with gothic architecture and necromantic lore that'll have you reading item descriptions like they're best-selling novels. So here's my challenge. Can you embrace death as a mechanic? Or are you too proud to admit you need to die to succeed? Let me know! But if you think medieval undead warriors are epic, wait until you see the science fiction madness of number 7. Things are about to get tactical. From embracing death to commanding life or death situations, we're shifting figures into pure tactical brilliance. And by brilliance, I mean the kind that makes your brain hurt in the best way possible. Coming in at number 7, we have the long-awaited Project Tal. Project Tal is a turn-based tactical RPG that combines XCOM-style combat with deep character customization and a branching narrative that responds to your every decision. Think chess, but with mechs, explosions, and moral dilemmas that'll keep you up at night. The gameplay loop is chef's kiss perfection. You're managing a squad of specialists, each with unique abilities and skill trees deeper than your commitment issues. Every mission demands careful planning, adaptability, and accepting that sometimes, despite your best efforts, Jenkins is gonna die. R.I.P. G.I.A. Jenkins. The sarcastic spin? Oh, you thought you were a tactical genius because you beat Fire Emblem on normal? Project Tal will humble you faster than a YouTuber's apology video. This game rewards planning, punishes hubris, and treats your squad like chess pieces, expendable and easily replaced. Your emotional attachment? Irrelevant. The strategic depth includes base management, resource allocation, and political maneuvering that'll make you feel like a military commander or a very stressed intern. Now, if you thought tactical strategy was impressive, prepare yourself for number 6, a massive multiplayer experience that'll consume your life. No pressure.
Millions of souls.
Coming in at number 6, we have the long-awaited Swords of Legends. Swords of Legends is an action MMO that blends Chinese mythology with fluid combat mechanics that'll make you forget your clicking hotbars. We're talking aerial combos, class-based abilities, and raids that require actual coordination. Revolutionary concepts, I know. The core appeal is its gorgeous world design inspired by ancient Chinese legends, combined with a combat system that feels more like a fighting game than a traditional MMO. No more standing still and hitting 1, 2, 3. You're dodging, parrying, and stringing together combos like you're auditioning for a martial arts movie. Here's the sarcasm. Oh, another MMO promising to revolutionize the genre? Sure, just like the last 15 that totally weren't WoW clones. But here's the twist. Swords of Legends actually delivers on the combat front. The story? Epic. The endgame? Grindy as hell. But what MMO isn't? Are we really expecting innovation, or are we just masochists with subscription fees? The housing system, fashion, customization, and social features mean you'll spend as much time decorating as you will fighting dragons. Priorities, people. Be honest, how many MMOs have promised you the world and delivered a fetch quest simulator? Think this one's different? Drop your skepticism below. But if you thought one massive online world was enough, number 5 is about to blow your mind with scale, ambition, and enough content to make you quit your job.
If you know not life, how can you?
Speaking of life-consuming experiences, let's talk about a game that doesn't just want your time, it wants your soul. And honestly,
What a huge mosquito.
You're coming with me.
This traffic's still so backed up. Good thing I can fly.
From sprawling fantasy to concentrated chaos, we're shifting into a game that's all about one thing: absolute, unrelenting mayhem. Because sometimes you just need to watch the world burn. Coming in at number 4, we have the long-awaited Menace. Menace is a fast-paced, destructible environment shooter where the goal isn't just to eliminate enemies, it's to obliterate everything in sight. Walls, gone, buildings, rubble, your frame rate, struggling but worth it. The physics engine is the real star here, with every explosion, every bullet, every grenade causing realistic structural damage. You're not taking cover behind walls, you're creating new entrances through them. The tactical possibilities are endless, and the satisfaction of collapsing a building on your enemies? Chef's kiss. The sarcastic truth? Oh, you thought you were strategic because you used cover effectively? Menace says, what cover? Everything is destructible, meaning your carefully planned defensive position is one rocket away from becoming a crater. Adaptability isn't optional, it's survival. And your GPU? It's crying. But hey, pretty explosions are worth the thermal throttling, right? The multiplayer mode is pure pandemonium, with teams competing to cause the most destruction while completing objectives. It's like Michael Bay directed a video game, and I'm absolutely here for it. Question: do you prefer tactical precision, or do you just want to blow everything up and deal with consequences later? Confess your chaos level below. But if you think terrestrial destruction is impressive, number 3 is taking us to the stars for an experience that's truly out of this world. From planetary destruction to interstellar exploration, we're launching into space for a game based on one of the greatest sci-fi series ever made. No pressure to live up to expectations, right? Coming in at number 3, we have the long-awaited The Expanse, Osiris Reborn. If you're a fan of the Expanse series, buckle up, because Osiris Reborn is everything you've been dreaming of. This is a narrative-driven space RPG that captures the political tension, realistic physics, and moral complexity that made the show legendary. You're navigating between Earth, Mars, and the Belt, making decisions that'll shape the solar system's future. The gameplay blends space combat, ship management, crew relationships, and resource scarcity into one cohesive experience. Every decision matters: who you ally with, which factions you support, whether you prioritize profit over principles. It's Mass Effect meets Firefly meets, oh god, I'm out of oxygen and my crew hates me. Here's the sarcastic angle. Oh, you wanted a power fantasy where you're the invincible space hero? Wrong show, wrong game. The Expanse doesn't coddle you. You're gonna make hard choices, people will die, and you'll question everything. Resources are scarce, enemies are ruthless, and Newton's third law of motion will absolutely murder you if you're not careful. Because apparently, physics applies even in video games. Shocking. The authenticity is stunning. Zero-G combat, realistic ship handling, and political intrigue that'll have you reading dialogue like it's homework. For the sci-fi nerds, can you handle a space game that's actually realistic, or do you prefer your physics to be optional? Sound off below? Now, if you thought space was terrifying, number 2 is bringing horror back to Earth with a franchise we all know and fear. Things are about to get infected.
Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Wait!
Alota! I need backup!
Hold on, I'm coming! I'll cover you. Thanks.
I can't see shit from here.
The bird up high shall be thine eyes. What the hell happened here? Hey, buddy. Still breathing.
From the cold vacuum of space to the claustrophobic terror of survival horror, we're returning to a franchise that's been scaring us for decades. And yes, they're still finding new ways to traumatize us. Coming in at number 2, we have the long-awaited Resident Evil Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem is Capcom's love letter to everything that made the franchise legendary. Limited resources, puzzle solving, atmospheric dread, and enemies that refuse to stay dead. This entry takes us back to survival horror roots while incorporating modern gameplay refinements that'll make both veterans and newcomers scream in terror. The setting is a quarantined European city where a new strain of the T-virus has mutated into something worse. You're managing inventory like it's a Tetris tournament, choosing between bullets and healing items, and solving environmental puzzles while something unholy stalks you through the fog. The sarcastic reality? Oh, you thought Resident Evil 7 and Village were scary? Requiem cranks the terror to 11 and breaks the knob off. Limited ammo? Check. Oppressive atmosphere? Double check. Boss fights that'll have you pausing to calm your heart rate? Absolutely. This isn't a game. It's exposure therapy for anxiety disorders. and we're paying for the privilege of being traumatized. The enemy design is nightmare fuel, the sound design will make you play with the lights on, and the plot twists will have you questioning everything Umbrella Corporation has ever done. Honest moment, can you handle true survival horror, or are you checking your closet tonight? Let me know what scares you most in the comments. But as terrifying as zombies are, number 1 is bringing something even more intense, a revolutionary gaming experience that's about to change everything we thought we knew.
She's ready.
Coming in at number 1, we have the long-awaited Project Retrograde. Project Retrograde isn't just a game, it's a statement. This is a time manipulation action game where every decision ripples backward and forward through a non-linear narrative. You're not just playing through a story, you're reconstructing it from fragments across multiple timelines, solving mysteries by experiencing events out of order. The core mechanic is revolutionary. Time flows in both directions simultaneously. Actions in the present affect the past, creating paradoxes you must resolve. Combat involves predicting enemy movements by rewinding time, and stealth sections require you to coordinate with past versions of yourself. It's Inception meets Braid meets my brain is melting, but in a good way. The sarcastic truth bomb? Oh, you thought you understood time travel in games? Project Retrograde will make you realize you know absolutely nothing. This game demands intelligence, patience, and a whiteboard to track causality. Casual players will bounce off it harder than a time paradox collapses reality. This isn't a game you beat. It's a game that beats you into philosophical submission. The narrative is mind-bending, the gameplay is unlike anything else, and the replayability is infinite because every choice creates branching timelines. This is art disguised as a video game. Final question, gamers, are you ready to have your mind absolutely destroyed by temporal mechanics? Or are you sticking to games with linear time like a coward? Drop your IQ flex below. I want to know who's brave enough to attempt this masterpiece.
Time to put down these rats.
I've got a bad feeling.
What?
Lobo's gone silent. If Sean turns against us, we're in trouble.
Wait. Who are you? It's you. Yeah.